Here's an overview of Chemistry 1110L. We're here at the course home, and so the title of the course is here, and yours will look a little bit different because this is just the generic course title. And on this course homepage, you'll see announcements. There's no announcements yet, but the announcements will be listed there, and some introduction information about your instructor. And you'll see all the weekly learning modules and the calendar of upcoming events. If you look at this blue ribbon at the top, so course home is where we are. Coursework is where you'll spend most of your time. You'll find all the activities that you do each week. Communication, you can find the announcements here, or you can do the meeting platforms, either Zoom or Uja, whichever your instructor is choosing to use. This tab is where you can find your grades, and there's two formats for grades, class progress and grades. And I recommend you look at both and see what's the most meaningful. Class progress tells you where you are at this point, and it will also give you your highest and lowest possible score in the class. So as the class progresses, that's pretty helpful. E-portfolio we don't use, but I want to look at the CNM resources. The student resources here, I'll click on that and show you. It gives you links to important things that may be helpful for you. And sorry, it takes a minute to load. So accounts, IDs, parking, resources, achievement coaches, financial aid, connect services, computer labs, DRC, tutoring, all of these links, it takes you to this page of student resources on the CNM website. And then if we look at the next item, the online student resources are also very important. So let me show you some of the things there. This one here, if you're new to online learning, it gives a great Jumpstart course that can help you with that. Academic Integrity has a video about that topic. System and software, I'll click on that. This gives you the opportunity to download any software you might not have that you need. So this system check, you can check your browser and make sure it's working well. You can download Chrome, Firefox. You can get Office 365, some Brightspace apps, Adobe Reader, and all of these are just free and accessible to you on this page here. And then there's other resources for your course. I don't think you'll need any for this specific course, but it might be helpful for some of the other courses you're taking. So those are some of the things you find there on your student online resources. There's also tech help, CNM libraries. We'll use the libraries, but I link to videos from the libraries here as well. And then the last is D2L help. If you need video tutorials or whatever you need are in this help section. So that's what this blue ribbon shows us here. Let's go to the coursework and talk in more detail about what the course is like. So going to the content, coursework content is where you'll usually go to find the work for each week. And as we go to this page, the first thing we want to look at is the overview and syllabus. So here's the syllabus for the course. It's right here. And it tells you the required materials. There's no textbook for this class, but there's some materials you'll need for the at-home experiments. Computer requirements, a course description, prerequisites. Notice that you don't have to take Chem 1110 with the lab. It's helpful, but you don't have to have it. And then our course outcomes, course requirements, the class structure, the way the class will work. And basically the way the class works is each week you have a quiz, you have an at-home experiment, and you have a discussion. And so you participate in all 3 of those activities every week. And then in the end, the last week, you'll have a final discussion, which is worth about 10% of your grade, and a final exam. And so you can see how those points work out. Then there's some information about other topics here that may be important to you. And then here's the schedule page. And this is useful to just keep track of what is due every week. So it has the weeks, the topics, the assignments, and the points, and then also the due dates. And so I like to print that and use that as a checklist through the semester, so you know you're getting all your assignments turned in and turned in on time. And then the last part of the syllabus talks about the materials you'll need for the at-home experiments. And I think it's helpful to go through this at the beginning so that you know you have everything, and there's a shopping list, things you might need to buy, and that way you can be prepared. And none of it's very costly, but it takes a little advanced preparation so you have the things you need. And if it's a problem to get any of this, please contact your instructor to get more information about that. So that's the syllabus. The next area I want to look at is getting started. Before you start the course, you want to go here, and the Get Started tab gives some more information, and actually it links back to some of the things that you've already seen. But if you haven't seen them yet, it's good to see it. So the Get Started has a welcome area, navigation, tells you how to get around the course, major assignments. So we have quizzes, at-home experiments, online discussions, final discussion, and the final exam, and then some more course information. Most of this is in the syllabus, but the syllabus itself is here, and some more information about course expectations, grading and feedback, and instructor information. So look through that. And then I go back to Get Started here. And there's Brightspace, orientation, student resources, course information is also listed here. Then we get to the weekly modules. So let's go to week 1, and I'll show you what you're going to be doing each week. So each week starts with what you're going to learn and the learning objectives. And then it has a study guide. So each week you want to print or have available in a format you can write on it, this study guide. And so each week you're going to be watching videos, going to websites, and getting information from those that you need to do the discussion and the quiz and the experiment. So these are the links to the films you'll use and the resources. And then as you go through, the study guide gives you additional information and questions about the resources. So it starts out with this information, and then we're going to talk about this video right here, the Chem Lab Safety in Every Step. And here are the questions. So as you watch the film, answer these questions. And then as you watch the next film, answer these questions. Now, you'll notice some of the questions are bolded, and those are the really important ones that you'll find quiz questions about those. Some students prefer to just answer those, and some students find it easier to answer all the questions, and it helps them focus. So whatever works for you. This study guide won't be turned in. You'll use it to help you on the quiz and with the discussion and the experiment. So here's the study guide. So a bunch of different films, questions to answer. And then at the end, there's some terms that you should know after this, and then the works cited. So it will take you about 2 hours each week going through the materials and answering the study guide. So then we'll go back to week 1. After you've completed the study guide, then you're ready to do the other activities, which are the discussion. So this is the introduction, discussion, and the hypothesis. So you talk about the information that it asks you to talk about here. The discussions are due on Friday for the first post, and then the replies are due by Monday. And then the experiment this week is just a design. You don't do the experiment, but most weeks you'll actually do an experiment. So you go to the worksheet or the report sheet, and It's available in both doc and PDF format. So you pick the one that you want. You'll complete this worksheet, upload it, and that will be due on the Monday. And then this is the quiz. So each week there's a quiz, and then there's a checklist. I'll click on the checklist. The checklist is really nice because it tells you all the activities you needed to do that week, the study guide, the discussion, the experiment, the quiz, and it links to them. So you can just click on those links and make sure you did all the activities. So that's how each week will progress. There's 7 weeks in the course. And then the last week, so week 7, the quiz and the experiment will be due earlier because you'll have to do the discussion and the final exam for by the time the class ends. So the due dates are a little bit different on that last week, but the activities are still the same. So I think that pretty much covers what we'll be doing in this class, and I hope you enjoy the class. I hope you enjoy the material. Hope you find it organized and find everything you need. And if you're having any troubles, please email your instructor.